Okay. Hi, guys. Kordranowski, Yankee T News. Absent Jason and Common Sense News and Entertainment, unfortunately, for this evening. He is still on vacation, and everybody else is working on some other thing right now. God knows we have enough things to take care of. So it'll be me for about an hour while I go through the insanity that surrounds us all. So now I chose as a title The Swiss Cheese Memorandum of Understanding. It's considered well worded, well thought through, and I think it's still bait for the Iranian government. And they're going to take the cheese. Yeah, they're going to take the cheese. So, one argument is that the Iranians have become overconfident. They've had unrealistic expectations about what they're supposed to get. I'll tell you, one of the concerning things I saw was a claim that we're going to be giving the Iranians $6 billion, and then the Iranians turn around and ask, where's the other $18 billion? Wow. Okay, cool. All right, well, you get to tell me how the show went, DJ Ricky. I'll just keep dealing with this insanity here. So kudos to Jesse Waters, because apparently he was able to summarize the components of the Memorandum of Understanding. And now people can see that it's not quite what it appears to be. And I should point out that, no surprise, because of the peculiar nature of the conditions around this MOU, publications like the New Republic, which is a tired, old, liberal rag, decided to basically say Trump has lost it. It shows he's given up. He's conceding to the Iranians. Blah blah blah. Really? We didn't agree to anything. We just agreed to agree. And of course, in this article in the New Republic, they couldn't quite come to that point. And so this would be typical. And now what's going to happen is you're going to hear the Democrats trying to ask all these gotcha questions of one kind or another, and it's just not going to work. Okay? I think too many people send me a link to my email, and I will click in. Okay, let's see if I can do that while we be talking. To your email. I can do this. Yes. I'm getting good at this kind of multitasking. Yeah. Okay, there it is. Okay. And boom, boom, and boom, and invite. And there he is. Oops. What happened? Guys. There you go. Okay. On your way. Okay, Ricky, it is off to you, and see if you can do anything with it. All right. So in the meantime, the take-home message here, ladies and gentlemen, is that, you know what? At one point, I would say give it 2 weeks. Then I started to think a week. Now I'm thinking 3 days. So by next Monday or Tuesday, we should see this whole thing just fall apart, because Israel isn't joining in, and that's pissing off the Iranians. You've had the Iranians say, we expect to charge tolls on the ships when they're told they could not. And the part that's interesting is that the party which is acting as a mediator, that would be Pakistan, announced that they are delaying their trip for tomorrow to Switzerland for the supposedly official signing. So if they're not going, somebody else not going to be there? It's just a question. So you can already see out right off the bat, there are too many bits and pieces here that are not fitting together well at all. So for now, I'll stick with 3 days. It might even be 12 hours after this thing was supposed to have been closed that we'll see this whole thing fall apart. So where does this leave us? One of the things that I don't understand was this supposed agreement, and I'm going to have to call BS on that, that somehow Iran, the Iran that supposedly doesn't have a navy but has got all those bug boats, is going to help clean up the strait of all the mines that they laid there, which some believe could be as many as 4,000 mines. Well, you're not going to get rid of 4,000 mines very quickly. So this presumes or assumes that the Iranians and Americans are going to somehow cooperate. They're going to work together on this while all this other stuff is happening. Somehow, I think not. I have a different idea. Any place where you think the Iranians are helping out with clearing mines? Nope, they're just laying more mines. That's all when you aren't looking. So this remains an unholy mess, an unholiness. And I just, I don't know what to say. You know, there's no easy answer. You don't want to be tempted to think that the fighting is going to start all over again, but the fighting is going to start all over again. So here's a rhetorical question that I would like to pose. Given the resources of Iran and who's helping them, that would be Russia and China primarily, given that America has considerable resources and that the actions of March and April pretty much exhausted both sides. I mean, 13,000 strikes. That's a lot of munitions that get used up. And in the meantime, they're trying to fight back. They've had to use their missiles. No one really knows how much they had to dip into their inventory. But we hear stories, again, such as the IRGC rationing ammunition. So, all right. So I set this up to ask the question, who's in a better position to rebuild themselves, say in the next, let me think, 60 days? Isn't that the length of the ceasefire agreement now, the modified agreement, 60 days? Who's going to do a better job of, quote, rearming and getting ready? Yeah. And then the other thing, having said that, I mentioned the $6 billion. Somewhere there was a statement where Vahedi, I guess, the head of the IRGC component of the government, basically said every dollar we get is going to immediately go to beefing up Hezbollah and helping Hamas, and probably doing a few things for the Houthis as well. So in other words, their what's the word I'd like? Their mission, where they want to terrorize the region, will only be enhanced by any money that we give them. So this talk of them getting $6 billion sounds worrisome. And, the other problem is, even if they were making promises, we know they're not going to keep them. I just need to remind the audience of the concept of taqiyya or taqiyya. It's what she'll call an Islamic theological principle that allows individuals to lie, especially to infidels and kafir. So they're going to, I don't know. Am I preaching to the converted here when I talk about these things? I have no idea. It's just stupido. Hey, wait a second. Did I hear somebody complaining? Where'd you go? That was my cat, Nala. Anyway. We keep going around in circles on this, all right? This agreement is for naught. So maybe, ladies and gentlemen, I have to offer up another perspective that's not so nice to President Trump. This is not the, Iranian conflict MOU. It's the midterm election MOU. The real question, if I'm understanding this, all right, I keep bobbling back and forth between these different scenarios, but to go with this one, let's see, today is the 18th, so that's 1, 2, 3, no. It's about, just for argument's sake, let's say roughly 120 days between now and the midterm elections. Actually, I want to just be a little more precise here. I don't want to waste your time or mine. Well, let's see here. So 30, 31, 30, 31. So that's July, right? Yeah, 123. Today is the 18th. So that's another 12. And what is it? I don't know. Let's say it's the 5th. So that's 10, 130. Yeah, so 140 days. So 140 days until the midterm. Okay, Ricky, where are you?
Hi, Cart.
Who's that dude rocking out in the back there?
That's my roadie Nugget.
You roadie Nugget?
Yeah, his name's Nugget. He's my roadie.
Okay, that's an interesting name. Do you have a road? You have a road name?
No, I'm the actual sound tech.
Okay.
This guy right here is the guy that's got to load up all the gear that's not only in this truck but in the trailer that we're towing too.
Then I have to tell you a story that you are probably going to appreciate a lot. So I'm going to assume that you're an Aerosmith fan.
I'm not an Aerosmith fan, but I know the music.
Right. And, you know, how should I say this? They are iconic when it comes to American rock and roll.
Yes, I would definitely put him on the map for that.
Ricky, pay attention to me.
What did he say?
He's pretending he's Irene.
Don't forget to use the road gate.
Oh, geez.
The toilet's running. Don't flush the toilet.
He's doing his best. He's doing his best version of Irene right now.
All right.
I allowed you to do this.
At least Ricky. I can say on my side.
I don't know why.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how much.
I'm lonely.
How well do you know Irene?
He wants to know how well you know Irene.
Enough.
He knows that she gets over the. She came to the show. She was having a good time. How many drinks did she pound down?
She said 3. I said 3 at a time.
So that means I'm going to come home to evil Irene tonight, Court.
Oh, dude. You mean she's a mean drunk?
Yeah, I'll just say it. Yes. Yeah. Is she a mean drunk?
A lot of times, yes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Nugget's been with me on the attack.
She beats him.
No.
Well, so how does it feel to be a part of the family, Nugget?
How does it feel to be part of the family?
I'm glad I'm going back to jail.
That's what he calls his house. He calls his house jail.
Prison.
We just pulled up in front of his house.
I have furlough.
So anyway, I got to tell you this story because at least
now he's locked me in for another week.
No. Hold on. He's telling a story about Aerosmith.
I think you want to stick around for this one, Nugget.
Court, I'm going to unplug my phone and we're going to see if Nugget can hear this. Ready?
Ready. All right. Is that working at all?
All right. Let me turn it up.
Kind of, sort of. Maybe if I speak louder, make weird noises.
I can hear you now.
You can hear me now? Okay. So I don't know if the show is still around. It was called Antique Archaeology. It was on cable for some time. And what they would do is they would get these calls from people about various properties that had all kinds of junk on them. And they would go and collect those things that they thought they could resell. And one day they get a call to, I want to think it was Marshfield, Massachusetts. That sounds right. And they so they said, they said they had some stuff there to check out, and the owner had left, and there was a squatter, and he had been given the right to do these things. So these guys pull up, okay, and so they start to talk with him, and the guy mentions, oh, by the way, out in the back, kind of in the swamp, there's this old van. Maybe you'd like to take a look at it. They took a look at it, all right. It turns out that was the original van that Aerosmith used to tour in the early days.
Oh, great! That's gonna be like this van one day.
Yes, there you go.
They're like, hey, yeah.
Well, the brown one has a lot of damage.
We have three different trucks.
I see. Okay, yeah, but so there's there was the old logo, the original logo for Aerosmith before they had the one they had now, and it what was that cartoonist name? Crumb, E.J. Crumb. You remember him?
Yep.
Keep on trucking.
Oh, keep on trucking. Yeah.
Right. So there was this guy. There was this picture of this guy on the side of the truck, who a cartoonist had drawn like E.J. Crumb had done. And what was weird, he was kind of bald. It turns out that Aerosmith's roadie, their main roadie, was this guy who had prematurely balded. He was the one who drove them around everywhere for years until they finally had a falling out. He said, screw it. He took the van. They never saw him again until later they found it there. And so it was, so to confirm this, they actually were able to get a hold of the original guitarist for Aerosmith. In a half hour, he was there at this place. And when he saw it, he goes, oh my God. And he had pictures of the original interior decoration, which was still the same. They had hung these Persian rugs off of the ceiling of the car. So he pulls up the phone and he shows a picture. It's the exact same rugs as in the truck in his picture. Unbelievable. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. For me,
in this one.
All right. But still, for me, that was a transcendent moment. Okay. A piece of American rock and roll history buried in a swamp somewhere. And they find it, and this thing was restored, and then it was been put in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's just, I love it. I love it.
That's a cool story, Corey.
That is really cool.
There's gonna be a story like that of us one day, Nugs.
Yeah, to find me in it.
Yeah, okay.
Still alive.
Well, Nugget's got to steal the van, leave in anger, never talk to you again. Okay.
He's still alive. I think he's dead.
Show Court your disco glasses. This is my roadie's disco glasses.
Okay. There we go. Well, you guys are too much. Oh, so now I got to mention, for one of these other projects that I'm working on with Jason, I've been trying to identify musicians in Connecticut. So I just started out with a simple search term: folk singers in Connecticut, country bands in Connecticut, jazz bands in Connecticut. I mean, I trust you know the others. So one of the ones that came up, which I thought was very cool, is a band called Rusty Gear. Ever hear of them?
No.
Yeah. So this is crazy. Okay, we think of Greenwich as being what? Home to snobby, rich people.
Oh no! We have Special Mike. He's out of Greenwich. He is far from that.
And I bet not that way.
Yeah.
Trust me.
All right, I believe you. Well, neither of these guys, this band called Rusty Gear out of Greenwich, they write their own country music. And there's this one they did called Something in the Water. I'll have to send it to you. And it was great.
We'll check it out. We listen to anything. We get hired for
all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know there's one that you will, for two reasons.
Ricardo.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. For two reasons. There are two. You will never do anything for the following. because the music is so awful. And I'm sure that you're just looking at it and say, you're out of your mind. I'm never doing that. That would be Chinese opera. Have you ever heard Chinese opera?
No, it's the first time hearing
That term.
How dare they call it music? Oh my God. That's art? That's music? What?
Oh, hold on. Sorry, my screen just went blurry. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, we were on the ride. I dropped off Nugget.
Okay. All right. So now who was playing at this show?
This was Gun Street Revival.
That's right. The guys you told me about. Yes.
I'm going to try to steady the camera the best I can. I have a mount over here. I don't think it points at me. Hold on. Let's see if we can make it stay.
All right.
Let's see if that holds.
Obviously, you're being very wise in taking this approach.
Let's try this, Court.
Well, you just
I just got to get it to.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I know. I got to get something behind it.
Okay. No, look.
Maybe a pen.
Your lighting is.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I could do that, and then I got this. So I can. I'm going to listen to you, and you go on with your show. And I'm glad I could get back on. We got done at 8:00, and we were packed up at 8:45, and I just dropped off Nugget.
Rather early.
Yeah. Well, this show started early. It was supposed to be I thought it was supposed to be a farmer's market. When I got there, it was like consumer market.
So what was
people selling windows, and I don't know what's going on with the truck. There we go. Oh, I forgot. There we go. I forgot to click it in the trailer mode. There we go. Like I'm going up this big gigantic hill, and I'm like, hey, I'm losing power.
Trailer mode? Is that like low gear?
No. Well, it changes. First of all, it changes the amount of fuel and air that goes to the engine. So I go from 348 horsepower to 518 horsepower.
What? Wait, what is this thing you're driving?
It's a Chevy van. It's been modified.
horsepower?
518. Yeah, it's been modified, Court. So don't get all crazy.
Okay. That's a hell of a modification.
Well, yes. And it's going to get worked on again on Sunday. It's going back into the shop, and the guys are going to do some more work on it because it's been running a little rough. And the coil packs spark plugs and wires all got to get changed. Plus they got to change some stuff out with the airflow. So I'm like, and then it's ready for the season.
How old is it?
Well, the reason why I need all the horsepower, you should see the size of the trailer that I'm towing right now. It's as big as the truck.
All right. Now, when you say, so how long is it? 20 feet, 30 feet?
No, it's not that long. It's 16 feet long.
Okay. So
8 feet high.
All right. That's like a mid-sized rental van.
Yeah. And that's on the back of this van.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's loaded with, I don't know how many thousand pounds of gear.
Okay. All for this one band.
It was a festival.
Okay.
So we were on the Orange Fairgrounds.
Okay. And what was the name of the festival?
Well, I thought it was I thought it was going to be a farmer's market from what I was told. I even brought extra cash. I was going to go out there and buy some fresh tomatoes, fresh lettuce, fresh lemons, stuff that's really grown and it's not polluted. And I'm like, there's nothing out here. But tonight was the first night, and then it's like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so I think that's why it was a little slower, a little off.
All right. So I can offer you some dirty eggs.
Are the ones that your hens made?
Yes. So
I like
they're organic. We only give them organic feed, and they technically they're free range. I mean, we've got a really large meadow that we let them out into, so that they're in no way. I mean, they're not really confined. So, so I say free range organic. And
Now with those eggs, you don't have to you don't have to refrigerate those eggs, if I'm correct, right?
That's right. Well, yes, so you can leave them out, but they generally recommend no more than 2 weeks of leaving them out unrefrigerated.
2 weeks unrefrigerated. Okay, gotcha.
Right.
Cool. I always wanted to do it, but I got too many coyotes up on the mountain.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, it takes some, what I'll say, extra planning. We've been very lucky because we've got all kinds of nasty animals around here. And so my wife has managed to assemble quite the menagerie. So we've got, I guess, around a dozen chickens. We've got 3 guinea hens, and we've got a male and female peacock, and 2 goats, and some fish.
So
Now,
the goats you're doing what, goat milk?
No, they're quote rescue goats. I don't.
They're just hanging around like, yay!
Yeah.
we'll eat all the weeds. We're your natural lawnmower.
Yes, they are. And the other thing is those guinea hens are natural tick eaters too. So.
Oh, I thought, yeah, okay. Well, it's the same thing. Like with I have a pet skunk.
A pet, altered or not?
No. He was born in the yard, and he's big now. He's super big, but he's not afraid of me. So yeah. Nugget one day was sitting out in the back,
well, yeah.
And he comes up. He goes, dude, there's a skunk. I'm like, no, he's fine. And he goes, what? I go, watch it. And I walk over and I'm petting the skunk on the head. And he's like, dude, you're insane. I go, no, he's been here since he was like a tiny little baby. He's fine.
So you haven't seen him get into action on any particular occasion?
Not near me. No, it had no. And it lives under the gazebo in the back of my house. So that's fine.
That's why.
And and then there's a bunch of wild rabbits too that are out there. The brown ones.
Uh-huh.
And they're very friendly too. And my wife the other day was like, how the hell did you get a blue jay to sit on the couch? And I said, what do you mean? She goes, you got a blue jay. It just sits out here all day long. I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
So, I go, isn't it fun being connected with God and Mother Nature and the whole nine?
Like St. Francis.
It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
We got some new baby chipmunks this year.
Huh. Okay. And where are they living?
Oh, they live somewhere out in the rocks that are out and beyond the yard. But they come right up to you. You're sitting there and they just come right up to your feet. And they're like, "Hey, man, where's my peanuts? Where's my peanuts?"
Yeah. You don't disappoint.
No, I make sure I feed all the wildlife that's out there every day.
Mm.
It's been years of doing it, Court.
Years, yeah, I gather. So, I mean, you probably even though you stick to Connecticut, you probably still put a lot of miles on for all these bands.
Oh, I go all over the state now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to. I don't have my schedule in front of me, but I call it the summer tour, and we go. It's kind of cool because people hear me on WPLR, and PLR lets me promote some of these shows, and they call them the tribe members, and they show up to some of these events that I do, which is kind of cool, and I hang out and talk with the other people, and you feel like you're a community. And I think that's good.
And now it's in the summertime, it's even better.
Right. So, there's some lakes. We have some shows all the way out on New Britain, and there's some what's the furthest one I got to go to? I just did.
I mean, it sounds great, but it's too bad you don't have any Scottish beer swilling soccer fans coming by.
I still find it funny they ran out of beer.
Yes, it is. It's just they underestimated. How could you make that mistake?
It happens. My dad and my daughter and my nephew were just on TV today on a New Jersey channel,
Yeah.
channel 12 out of New Jersey, and they were out here talking about lobster rolls. And my restaurant, my family's restaurant, we're like top 5 in Connecticut for hot butter lobster rolls.
Okay. What's the name of the restaurant?
7 Seas in Milford, Connecticut.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. Yes, you mentioned that.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any. The other night when I was on, I had my work shirt on, but I don't think it was showing up in the thing because Irene was too busy yelling at me.
Right. Yeah. Too busy. Right. I'm not going to ask what percent of her time she spends yelling at you, but
it's odd. I told you she's in that stage of her life where she's all right. Good. I got a spot. Hold on, Court.
All right. Are you home?
No. I'm talking about no. I'm getting on Route 15.
Oh, I see. Route 15.
I'm not supposed to be up here with a trailer, but I'm only going 2 exits over and then getting right off.
Fingers crossed. I'm not going
to. I have Court.
Yeah.
I have a police badge on the plate, so I'm okay. They pulled me over.
What? A police badge?
Yeah, the police gave it to me. They said you got to have this.
Yeah.
Well, I've been involved with the Milford Police Department for 3 decades.
Oh wow! So what kind of work do you do with them?
Just help them. Just help the department out. Well, back in the day, it was feeding the guys that had the foot patrol. We said Milford Center used to have foot patrol guys. So when it was they come in and they have dinner, we never charge any of the police officers for dinner or anything like that. And then later on, it was helping them get their IT together, showing these guys how to use certain things. Now I don't like what they're doing now with all the cameras in Milford.
That's right.
That's warrantless surveillance.
Yes, and does anybody on the police department care?
No, because it's just a money grab. The fact that you can get a ticket, you get ticketed, but it doesn't affect your insurance should tell you something that it's fraudulent.
Let's see.
It's a new tax.
So why? I mean, if I was in the town, I would be up in arms, and I would constantly be pressuring the mayor or first selectman to get rid of them.
The funny thing is, in Milford, the mayor is powerless. They have a board a board of aldermen that is making these decisions.
All right.
The mayor is just there just to sign things in.
All right. And so the board of aldermen are also elected?
Yeah, it's all Democrat. And the only guy and he's a good friend, is Wynn Smith. You might remember him from back in the day. He's on there, and he's the only Republican on that board.
Okay.
And he was the only one that voted no on the whole thing. Wynn Smith Jr.
All right. So are there more Democrats than Republicans in the town?
I don't know.
Are you talking about Milford or North Haven here?
Milford. North Haven is a Republican town.
Okay.
And we have a board of selectmen. And in North Haven, we still vote on the budget. So we failed the budget the first time around, and it just barely squeaked the second time around.
Okay. Yeah. So are there usually fights over the budget?
Yeah. When my wife and I first moved up to where we moved, the guy that lived in the house across from us, he was the old fire chief, apparently. And boy, that guy, he raised hell at those budget meetings.
Mhm.
Kind of miss him. He got old. Him and his wife have moved on to another realm, we'll call it.
All right. Sorry to hear
So,
that.
all the neighbors that I originally moved in, they all lived there till they passed away. So I feel like my wife and I are like third oldest on that mountain. We have all new neighbors, but the new neighbors are just as good as the old neighbors. They're just younger and they're pretty hip.
All right, that's good. That's good. So should I just go through some of the news again?
Go for it.
Well, I think I should pick the hot one first. Did you hear about the attacks on Moscow?
No. When did this happen?
Yesterday? Unbelievable. Well, this morning. Maybe it was this morning, but I've never seen anything like it. For one thing, okay, so there's a refinery, which I guess is near Moscow. In particular, there's a picture where one of the drones hit this huge storage tank.
Yeah.
And it blew the dome of the tank off. You could see the dome, it was like a big plate flying through the air. That's pretty amazing. And then one of the other after effects is because they, shall we say, exploded so much oil that the area rained oil.
Oh, so it went up it went up high and then came.
Yep. So yeah.
How many square miles did the oil cover?
It could have been one or more, which would still be substantial.
That's still.
They had to pan with a camera. They had to pan the full array of the area that was hit, and it was a huge attack. I've never seen anything like it. And so,
and who attacked Moscow? Ukraine.
Ukraine. That's right. They're getting better and better at this stuff. And man, and so the other part, yeah, right. If I had listened carefully, I would have remembered to tell you, how do you say in Russian, we fucked up? Because that was the discussion. So the video clip was some Russian guys talking, and one guy, and the translation was, boy, we fucked up.
I'm definitely going to take a look at this when I get home.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. It's Tausi TV again. And it's, you got it. All right. So there's that. Meantime, over in Crimea, more problems. They're having significant fuel shortages in Crimea. So this is getting crazy because you've got these, because this is not the first attack in the Moscow area. So what happened was there was another significant attack several weeks ago. Then Moscow reciprocated by attacking Kyiv. But then now Kyiv turns around and attacks Moscow again, bigger than the first time. It's getting crazy. So, and then, so you got that going on. Now they're causing more trouble in Crimea. And then the other part that still I can't get over is that, and the Russian government admits this. Would you care to guess how many Russian soldiers are dying or getting taken off the battlefield every month?
You mean the front lines?
Yep.
I have no idea, Cord. I haven't even looked into any of this.
Well, get ready. 35,000.
35,000
per month.
Per month.
Per month. So it's like part of it is like, I look at Putin and go, what the hell are you thinking? You're sacrificing this generation of men to this scale. What have you got? After 10 months, 350,000 men dead, wounded. What have you done? What have you accomplished? Very little.
You're making me think about the great culling that they've been talking about. And it's just not the United States. It's all around the world. The
Okay.
Great Culling, Culling,
Sure.
where they were going to kill. They just want to kill off as many people as possible. They don't care. I wonder if we're living in that time right now.
Well, see, so killing is a funny word here, right? I mean, I'll go with abortion as a form of killing. So those children are not being born. And not just abortion. I mean, what happened with, what am I trying to say? The COVID vaccine, supposedly, and how
Yeah.
the people don't know what a catastrophe that has been in terms of, what do you call it, terminated pregnancies and birth defects.
Yeah.
It's unreal. And again,
And they knew with those shots because it's in the books. They said they were going to do this.
mhm.
Uh,
Well, that said, they were also expecting to cause a lot more damage than they did.
yeah, but again, we're not at that 5-year mark of. So when did they start sticking the needles in people? 2022.
I think, yeah, we could say that at the end of 2021. Yeah,
But most people were getting whacked with it at 2022 or 2023. They were being told if they didn't take it, they'd lose their jobs. Now it's just like, and I used to tell people, that's like, tell your work. That's like telling me I have to cut my finger off to keep my job. They have no right to over your medical, your job. And if they were to fire you, you're going to be able to take them to court,
right. Well,
which
very few people.
some
do.
people have.
Yes, some have, but not enough. And then the other part, it's almost like a backdrop, but there's RFK Jr. had this long-running fight with Fauci over the question of vaccine safety testing. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, but I also I wonder how much of that is just a show.
A show.
You know, well, the reason why there was that lady that used to work for Fauci way back in the day, and she had already exposed it with the whole AIDS thing.
Yeah.
I don't see. I'm not home, so I don't have my computer in front of me to pull up the lady's name, but she worked under Fauci. You might be able to find it on your computer.
Oh,
If you said the name, it would click in a second.
Not Burks.
No. Oh, yeah. Scarfy Burks. Hide that neck.
Yeah. Right. Not Judy Mikovits.
Judy, yes.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Oh, yeah. Well, I got to say, wow. I mean, I have a lot of respect for her, but her background is sketchy. Or at least it's the media has gone out of its way to make her background appear to be sketchy.
Well, that comes back to like what we were talking about yesterday, where they're going to smear you. Mm-hmm. Remember, I think that was point number 1 or number 2, but you get the smear campaign put on you. Yeah. So just remember that, Court.
Right. So yes, I can remember that, but where do I want to go with this? Her personality, when you listen to her, the longer you listen to her, I mean, how should I put this? She's an example of a person who is clearly totally absorbed in all things biology and biotech. All right. She knew her stuff. She had done some very interesting jobs in some laboratories. Okay, so she comes across as the quintessential scientist. Excuse me, but so much so, she begins to sound a little unusual, for lack of a better term. And, so what you have is, in exchange for that odd personality, you get incredibly deep biological knowledge. And the way she would explain various things relating to the viruses that were used and some of the laboratory procedures and how genetic information will be altered and all these good things. I mean, I really felt like after listening to her, I had a much better understanding of what was going on.
Mm.
So yeah. And so yeah, she exposed Fauci, and I believe she exposed some others, but she's still
Well, with
out.
the Fauci, I just remember her talking about the people dying of AIDS were dying of the medicines
Yeah,
of AIDS.
AZT in particular. It was
Yeah.
supposed to be an antiviral, but it was also anti-human as well. So, and yes, and then there was this trial involving some orphans from Harlem, and a lot of them died because of Fauci's approach, shall we say.
Well, and the dogs. Remember, that's in RFK's book. Remember the beagles,
Mm-hmm.
and then the kids. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's in RFK's book about all the kids.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. No, I just let's see here. Let me give you a quick Judy Mikovits update here. So there's this thing here on natural health tip stuff. And then there's this. Let's see, what is this? This is a long one. Where does it start? Oh, brother. Oh, God. Okay, I don't know if this, well, she posted it. So she posted something from a guy named Ezra Cohen. It says, McDonald's and Freemason Order of the Shriners. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay. So just
if it's what I think you're going to say, that there are human mixed in with the hamburger meat.
Well, no, I don't think it's going in that direction. Richard McDonald, Maurice McDonald, and Ray Kroc not only this is bizarre because, I mean, Ray Kroc approached them as a salesman with a proposal. So the three of them not only founded the McDonald's fast food chain, but were also, quote, Shriners, a order exclusive to the United States. The ancient Arabic order of the nobles of the mystic shrine, better known as Shriners, practicing of Egyptian, Masonic, and Islamic mysticism.
Yeah.
This all makes sense to you? Yes, no? Did you freeze?
Oh no, I lost you.
Yeah, but you're
hold on. I can hear you. No, yeah. Okay. So I sent you two links on the link that you sent me. So this will make sense to you. I sent you the link of the Australian music idol winner.
Yeah, and
it's a long listen.
It is. I know it's 5 hours. So take
it in small pieces.
Well, that's the only thing I can do. And then there was the other one, not quite as long, which was about. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, that was Aaron Russo's movie about the IRS.
Right.
And definitely, I want to. Those are the IRS one. Yeah. I will send you a lot more detailed information about that. And the people that are in Aaron Russo's film, I have other interviews of just those people telling you how corrupt and illegal it all is.
Great. All right. So we have a little bit more on the Shriner. In order to be a Shriner, you have to be at least a 32nd degree Freemason, which gets you into, quote, the shrine. Now, when you are inside the shrine, you must take a blood oath to the allegiance of Allah and Muhammad as the prophet. Never heard of that?
I know that there's an allegiance, and if you break it, they will come and kill you.
Right.
It's all in that 5 or 6 hour video that I sent you. So go ahead for those that are tuning in or going to rewatch this later. Continue on, Court, because
This is just, it gets more and more wild. Yes.
it's not wild. I mean, maybe if it's your first time being exposed to it, it seems wild. But this is one of those things that it's going to connect the dots for you.
Well, does this come back to the idea of a mother of all conspiracy theories model here? Because, I mean, again, this doesn't connect with the Illuminati,
Oh, yes, it does.
the Shriners.
Yes.
You're confident of this.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. But there's no way to give you like a Reader's Digest version of this right now.
Yeah, okay. Well, I do not see a Reader's Digest version in front of me either.
No,
So
this is going to take a couple of weeks. Might be something that might be cool to kind of let's break down a little section of it 1 week at a time. And then it's almost like making chapters. And then it's that way it's all out there. I mean, it's already out there if you know where you're looking. There's so many books. I can bring you to the books, everything you need to know about it, Court. And it's already been written about. We're not uncovering anything under our new rock, or
All right. So here's one of my problems. Okay, what is one of the things for which the Shriners are well known?
riding their little bicycles and go-karts and parades.
Correct. All right.
I mean,
I've watched it too. I've seen it live, up close. And yes, and they're riding around wearing the hat with the tassel.
you have to understand what it represents. Also, what their little belt, little belt thing that they wear, that little flap in front.
Yeah, explains it right here. Then they give you a red hat with a tassel on called a fez, named after a town in Morocco where Muhammad ordered the slaughter of all Christians, after which the Muslims took their white hats and dipped them in the blood of the dead Christians. So those little hats they're wearing are a grotesque Muslim announcement that we killed Christians. And these guys are wearing these things, running around in little motorized cars in a parade. There's something there that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, I remember seeing them, as a kid, and fascinated in their little things. But
yeah, so what's going on here? All right. So
this is great. This is why way back, I think it was a month ago in the chat, I wrote, "Do you know about the Freemasons?" And you were like, "Well, I know there's 2 Freemasons." I'm like, "Yes." Your regular lodge guy has no clue about where this other half of the Freemasons.
How is it that you and I, who are not Freemasons, know this, and someone who's a member of the Freemasons doesn't know this?
God, Court?
Yes.
God is showing us the truth.
Yeah, I go with that. Boy, some truth. All right,
some people don't want to see the truth. They don't like the veil being exposed.
All right. So am I supposed to see McDonald's, the corporation, as an extension of the Shriners?
I know McDonald's is evil. I haven't eaten McDonald's since I found out about a lot of stuff. I was like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, but you have, right. It is said that Satan will deceive, and you will see Satan giving the impression, I guess, of doing good works when he's not. Many Ronald McDonald houses are located near Shriner Children's Hospitals, such as in
Gallup. Put that one together, Court.
I'm working on it.
Child trafficking. The kids they sacrifice. The blood rituals. Where are they getting the kids from?
Old children.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta put that in a box, put it on the shelf label it, and make a special note. We'll come back to this in a while.
We'll come back to this because I'm way over here out deep in the woods into it. And you're over at chapter 1. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? You found your way in the door.
All right, hold on. All right, so hold on a second. This gets very confusing. There was some other stuff about people who wear red leather shoes sending
the Red Shoe Club.
the red.
Tom Hanks, do. Tom Hanks, do. Bill Clinton, do.
Bill Maher.
Yeah, it's the Red Shoe Club's for real.
In a picture, I'm wearing them. I
You never heard of this Red Shoe Club before?
The name was not what I was working with. The concept. And all right.
This is cool, Court. I feel like I'm pulling. I feel like you're at the Wizard of Oz, and you're at the very end, and you see the man behind the curtain. There we go. Let's do this. This is going to be fun.
Okay. All right. Then there was information released about a now deleted interview made by the famous child actor Macaulay Culkin. Culkin said he witnessed production executives working with him wearing these red shoes, and one of them said to him that those shoes were made out of human skin of children who died from satanic ritual murder and abuse.
Sounds about 100% correct to me, Court.
I don't know. I need help here because I don't, my Christian sensibilities, shall we say, are kind of offended.
Court, I was shocked at first too, and I said, "There's no way any of this is real." This brings me back to the Hempstead children and the interview where they were being no, that's not the correct word. Interviewed by the police.
Yeah.
And both kids have the same exact story. And they talked about how they would get the babies from like DCF or whatever, the children that went into foster care or whatever they call those places.
Okay, well, there's foster care. So I don't understand how the whole system works, but I'm led to believe that foster care is not the same thing as adoption.
No, that's a little different. But then again,
these are important. It's important to understand how the system works.
Correct. So all I know is I remember them saying that they would inject a drug into the baby, tie it up by its feet, and cut the neck open and drain the blood of the baby. And they would drink it. And then that brought me, at that time, I was like, wow, and the little girl given this description was crazy at the time I was listening to it. Yeah. And again, I shared it with my friend, Sergeant Cachillo from the police department. I made copies and I said, "Sarge, you gotta see this." And he's like, "What do you got?" And I showed him. And he's like, "Oh, Ricky, I don't think we should be looking at this stuff." And then I kind of let it sit, like you said, a box on the shelf. And then it kind of came back up again as I started finding about the adrenochrome. Right. And they were and they excite the children, with and
you terrorize them.
Yeah, and check this out, Court. Remember that cartoon movie Monsters Inc.?
Yep.
And where they were collecting, that's the adrenochrome. That cartoon is a movie about collecting the adrenochrome from children.
All right. Somehow I missed that part.
The screams.
The screams. Okay, there's scream, but no.
That's the adrenochrome. They were explaining adrenochrome.
I'm presuming the adrenochrome is shall we say, purified out of the blood?
It's blood taken at the most excited point where
Right.
where someone's in fear and your body's fight or flight.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's kind of the way I understand it too.
And they believe that if they drink this blood, it keeps them young.
Yeah.
And energetic.
Understood. I mean, I've heard, yes. So I've heard about this stuff, and I guess I'm a little more ready to believe that. But even then, oh God,
it's okay, Court. I'm giving you like the fastest version on the planet without really giving you details in between how this all works. And I discovered this from books.
I have a series of hypothetical questions based upon the theoretical or imagined scenario I'm about to give you. It's the state of Connecticut, 3.5 million people. But we shouldn't be surprised that somewhere amidst the people in this state, there's a certain number of them who are, in fact, Satanists. Card-carrying, fire-breathing Satanists right here in Connecticut.
Rosa Delore is the first one that pops up in my mind.
What?
She's a practicing witch.
Oh, yeah, she sure looks it. Okay, that's her openness. Okay, now I'm not pretending to know who to point to, but what I'm trying to suggest here is that as you believe, and I will tell you that I believe, that there are members or elements of Connecticut's Department of Children and Families who are...
That's what I was... Yes, that's kind of like what I was talking about. Yeah, that's where they would get the children from.
Right, so they're somehow connected to these Satanists, all right? Now, I don't know of cases where DCF was said to have, quote, lost track of children. Maybe there are cases like that. I would have to research it. But if that is the case, boy, is there an investigation that's desperately needed. All right. So anyway, so the connection with Satanists is one thing. Connection with pedophiles will be another.
Yes.
Other forms of child trafficking. So, I mean, if the DCF is such a den of evil activity, it should not be that difficult to get the facts.
Oh, I'll get you the information you need. We're just going right into the deep end really fast here. And I didn't kind of bring you through it slowly. That's why you have a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to get overwhelmed with...
but here I find myself, just because I have become what we'll call Connecticut-centric. And during the fight over homeschooling, now this, with the bill, where everybody has to check in with DCF, are you fucking kidding me?
It sounds like California, where you can only be gay if you're going to run for this office.
Yeah. So
nothing should surprise you at this point. We're living in an upside down world, Court.
All this stuff has to be exposed one way or another. One way or another. And simply, Well,
like I said, take your time with that video. I think that's a good start, a good opener for you to kind of get, wrap your head around the Shriners and the
all of this,
the 33-degree Masons, who the presidents were. We'll start easy, and then I will slowly get you each piece of information that you need so you could put this puzzle together.
You're going to be able to provide me with the names of individuals who are 32nd degree Freemasons?
Oh yeah, they're in books.
They're in books?
Yeah. What
books?
Books that were written. The names and everybody are all in them. Right now I'm just driving, so I can't I can't go get those
No,
things
that's
right this
okay,
minute.
but all right, this inspires another question. How many 32nd degree free
33. 33.
well,
Court, the magic number is 33. And they love the number 33. They love the number 13.
all right, let's see if we get a number here. All right, so I asked the question, how many 33 degree Freemasons are in Connecticut? Not publicly disclosed. Membership can vary over time due to new initiates and deaths. All right, let's try another one. Look at that, mason33.org. You gotta love it.
It takes time because a lot of this information on the internet has now been buried, and you're going to have to go a little deeper than the first or second responses that it's going to give you.
See, because sometimes information like this can show up in, shall we say, incidental places.
Once you gain the knowledge of what you're about to dive into, it's so easy and obvious to see it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, oftentimes that which becomes obvious is only, in hindsight, once you've learned a few things. Before then, it's not so obvious. What to do with this information?
And if anybody out there who watches on a replay, feel free to share a link for Court to take a look at in the comments below.
Oh, wait a second. So Eric says, don't agree. Let's see. Don't agree about what, Eric? Freemasons? Or that they're Satanists? Or, I mean, we've been talking about a lot of stuff here. Dude.
On my drive back, I'm finally coming home.
So you know what? I mean, to Eric's point here, I mean, read these things and I'm just going, holy shit. But you know what? I could use some independent confirmation of some of this stuff.
Like I said, take that 6-hour interview.
Yeah.
Listen to it in bits and pieces. The way I kind of this is how I got introduced into this whole Freemason thing. I didn't even know it was part of any of it. And then this video just fell into my lap one day, and I'm like, all right, whatever. And usually I listen to these things before I'm going to sleep. I'll put it on. I'll be laying down.
What's Irene doing?
She's asleep already at this point.
All right. Okay. Well, there is a thing called sleep learning, so she's probably absorbing some of this stuff too.
No, I have headphones on. I don't. She's like one of those. Yeah, you make any noise and she wakes right up and hits you. Stop snoring.
True love. There you go. Let's see. Yeah, this is. But again, I mean, all right. What is the connection again between the Illuminati and the Freemasons?
Witchcraft, definitely.
Witchcraft.
Yeah, you'll see it too in their symbolism. You'll see the Satanism in it.
I'm sure.
And again, this has to do with the regular lodge guys. They're not all in on it.
I understand that. Okay. All right. Is it that there are certain people like you and me, hey Michael, who are so paranoid, so concerned that we see some conspiracy behind every rock and behind every tree? What? Yeah. I'm having trouble with how so few people can be aware of this. How can so few?
Because they don't want to. Because they don't want to accept it. They're MK Ultra. They're brainwashed. Mm-hmm. They don't even know it.
No.
If you take the regular person and you have them stop watching TV, watch how their lives will start changing.
Yeah, life becomes better. Put simple.
It's called TV programming for a reason. Television. I mean, it's right in front of your face.
Well, tele is actually from ancient Greek.
Well, I remember hearing about how would I explain it? They have people watch the walls on caves, and somebody was making shadows behind them.
Well, that's Plato's allegory of the cave.
So,
which is considered a powerful depiction of reality, as we understand it. Yes. So there's that, and so yes. So in one way or another, we're just subjected to shadow play. I mean, I think that's the point that's being made here, and we're all wondering where's reality. So when we're searching for reality, we start developing these conspiracies as a frame of reference. And then it's unfortunate that, gee whiz, look at that piece of behavior there. Gee whiz, look at that historical note there. Gee whiz, look at the
we know. No, you got to look at the dollar bill. Look at the back of the dollar bill.
All this stuff. I mean,
it didn't look like that before 1913. The New World Order. What else does it say on there? No, 13 arrows, 13 waves, 13 stripes on the flag. Yeah, again, the symbolism is all there, Court.
The symbolism. How do we think about symbolism? That is a whole other discussion. Okay.
Well, their symbolism is going to be their downfall.
Yeah. So my problem is that I have a tendency to not accept information as given to me. It's going to be what is that connected to? Why do they think this is true instead of something else? This is not unlike the problem with what should we say, the apocryphal books of the Bible.
Court. I don't. I'm trying my phone ringing.
I'm sorry. Something's going wrong here. You've gotten black. What happened? Where did you go, Ricky? Where did you go? Maybe you'll come back. Well, anyway, so this has been quite the evening here. I talked about Russia, the deep state slithering on. You know, in a way, all our talk about the Freemasons is kind of part of that. So, let's see here. All right, I'm going to start with the obvious, just because I want to make it part of the record. Clearly, you can have people who are in the federal government who are Freemasons, members of the Illuminati, and you can also have people who are not. So how do you tell them apart? All right. You're back. Now you're sideways.
Hold on. You know who that was I called on the phone? Yeah. Hold on. Oh, shoot balls. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Can you see me at all? All I got on my side is a black screen.
If I have a frozen image of you at a 90-degree angle.
But you can hear me.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We'll just leave it at that, so you can hear the audio. I'm back in the trailer down the mountain now.
Okay, down the mountain.
Down. I have the craziest driveway.
Yeah. Now, just because I think it's cool to write your own music, there's a whole genre of Connecticut country music waiting to be written.
Oh, I can shut this light off so I can see. Go ahead, Corey. I'm listening.
It would be kind of like, now I know it may not be like the Smoky Mountains, it may not be like Appalachia, but I tell you, it's my sweetest home, the one I've always known. It's got a funny name. They like to call it Sleeping Giant. But to me, it's home, sweet home.
I can see Sleeping Giant from my house.
Okay, there you go. See, there's a country music song waiting to be written about Sleeping Giant.
Just have AI write it.
How come a sleeping giant is in such a tiny state?
Do you Do you think, and this is just a thought,
Yes.
is AI the fallen devils on their way of getting into this realm?
In other words, you're asking me if there's
Are
some
we communicating with other?
No,
I don't want to say beings. Are we other?
no. As far as I'm concerned, well, there are two dimensions here. The first is that in my reality, in the way I see things, there is I'm going to say it, a sharp distinction between that which is what we're experiencing here in the conversations and everything we see in this world and the spiritual world.
That's what I'm saying. Right. That's kind of like where I was kind of thinking, Court. The spiritual. Is there something that with the computers in the data centers, is this the Antichrist coming?
No. I mean, it's being billed as such. You've got people who are trying to create an artificial Jesus, an AI Jesus. You got AI churches in San Francisco and crap like that. But, how many times when you read the Bible are we warned about false prophets?
Yeah. False gods.
There could be no more false prophet or God than AI. All right.
Are you worried about these data centers at all?
They're a problem. But there's a part of me where I am still a techno optimist. I've said this before. When you scan the stuff, okay, about the underlying technology or let's put it this: we have the NVIDIA chips as the main type of chip. These chips, which are what power these data centers, which are used in the data centers to drive these AI capabilities, they consume a phenomenal amount of energy. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That call it. Let's see. It's not the Blackwell, the H200 or something, H2O or something. So there's chips, and it's just a given that in order to do what you got to do, you need to engage in this phenomenal rate of computation that consumes a phenomenal amount of power. While that's going on, rest assured that in various laboratories and universities and corporations, they're looking for ways to be able to perform the same operations using less energy. And in some cases, dramatically less energy. Now, these guys are, because I've lived with this most of my life as an analyst, are quick to make promises about what great achievements there will be and coming down the road, and it's going to change a lot of things. That may or may not happen, but I believe that in this case it kind of has to happen. And then there's another dimension to this, by the way. There has long been a separation between what we'll call conventional computing and optical computing.
Okay, it's the first time hearing that term, optical computing. But
yeah, so in other words, instead of using electrical circuits, you use fiber optic circuits.
Okay, okay, that makes sense.
So instead of carrying out these operations using electrons, you're using photons. And it's a pretty, it's shown some promise. And there are many areas in these data centers which are already using photonic components. So, and it's just, to me, it's just a matter of time when they get to the last of these things that are still, copper and electronics based. So,
well, I thought they were mostly gold in all these motherboards
for certain interconnects, yes, but copper is still the premier material for
makes
coating. Yeah, for thin coating,
yeah.
Gold, but for there are copper wires which are still used, and it's, as far as I know, it's still a big deal. But so can I just, I'm going to make it even weirder for you, all right? There was a report from last year, May of last year, where a laboratory in Google, they've got a couple of quantum computing projects going, one of which I believe is called Willow. And there was an announcement, maybe it's just apocryphal, but I'm just reporting the information is given.
Yeah.
They shut down what they were doing with the Willow chip because they were getting effects, quantum computing behaviors that were unlike anything anybody would ever have anticipated. Okay, you would look, I mean, any given ordinary form of programming or computational programming. I'm talking weird here. Sorry.
No, you're not. No, to me, it's not weird because
Right,
I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. I mean, I programmed the trash 80s Model 3s.
Oh, wait a second. Wait, trash 80s. What about Model 100? Model 100? Yes.
No, the Model 1 and the Model 3s. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Model 100 was the original tiny little laptop computer.
No, this was where it was all like one. At the same time, the Apple IIs were just coming out, which were a little different, but
we're kind of the same time frame here. But
I made this one. There was an alternative to the character screens, and it had and so you had your regular, A to Z and 0 to 9 and whatever there. But if you knew the code, there were 56 more different, as now people will call them, emojis.
Yeah.
Under those keys.
Sure.
And I used that to manipulate and make some stupid shoot game that the high school's teachers ended up teaching for a long time. And then I was just using this simple, as you know, back in the day, the simple array equations for making the different things do whatever they had to do all over the screen.
Right.
And they thought that was cool because it wasn't really graphics, but it was graphics. And
it's still cool. I'm sorry. It's still cool.
And then my boot up disc on when they came out with the Apple II Plus, and then it was the Apple IIe that I did it on. My boot up disc I made it make graphics, and it'd say, "This is Rick's disc," and it was playing the Who, and I was manipulating the beep code on the bottom, and it sounded like the Who.
Oh.
Yeah.
What? Okay. Well, that's not a bad example of what I'm trying to communicate. The way to think about
when you're talking about this, to me, you're talking to somebody that has a lot of
computing,
working with computers, writing programming, understanding how it worked, and yeah.
Okay, so let's stick with that. Everything you're describing is still within a confined set of instructions, capabilities, etc., as defined by that computer. All right. What was happening to these guys at Google and Yale was the equivalent, okay, of attempting to program much in the way that you're describing, okay? But then all of a sudden, there's this explosion of Beethoven, of reciting something from Shakespeare. It's coming out of left field. These things have nothing to do with what they were putting in there. And they're going, holy crap, what's going on here? It's like they're tapping into something that they don't understand. So guess what? They stopped what they're doing.
Is this the same computer that said it would blackmail its programmer if it was shut down?
No. Quantum computing is a whole other thing.
And it was going to make up a whole thing. Yeah, you know about that one too, then.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, that's the stuff. See, I get confused because large language models, okay, are of a type here where you can make these queries and they give you interesting feedback, But then they talk about these other things that like have their own personality, know when they're interacting with a human, can act suspicious, fight being turned off. Are those large language models too, or are we talking about something else here? Not clear.
Excuse me, Court.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. So the point is that with quantum computing, and I suspect we're going to hear more things like this. We are entering into territory where we just don't know what we're hitting. All of that said, I will still maintain all of this is still within the material world. Okay, a material world that we do not understand. Right? The knowledge that's been acquired is impressive, but it's still just a small part of the total package, if you will, of things there are to learn. I mean, if there's some totality to physical reality, I'm going to say we have 5% of it, something like that. Mm-hmm. And quantum computing is just an example of what is showing us, wow, we have a lot to learn. There's a lot we just do not grasp whatsoever. And I would argue the same area where that's true is light. Our understanding of the behavior of photons is also quite limited. And that's putting it simply. So, yeah. All right. So
I'll leave it at that. I just rolled in.
I don't see Satan showing up anywhere there.
And I'm sure Irene looking out the window going, why isn't he coming in the house yet? I don't know why I'm coughing so much. It must be those microplastics I sucked in out of the air today.
Oh, geez. Well, there's not much you can do about that. Right?
Yeah. Hey, at least it didn't rain on the show.
Yes, that counts.
I really thought tonight's show was going to get canceled. It didn't look so good this morning, and then by noontime I saw it clearing, and I called the Orange Parks and Rec, and I said, "How are you guys feeling about this?" And they're like, "It's on." I said, "All right."
Good. All right. So in the meantime, you're good for tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm going to try to. I'm going to do the best that I can, Court. I'm going to say I'm going to be like a 50-50 on this. I'm going to be doing a lot of prep work at the restaurant because we have the downtown Milford fireworks. We're having the parade. Mm-hmm. We got Father's Day and
that's right. Father's Day. Wait.
Yeah, it's Sunday. And on Sunday, this van is being also repaired. So I got to see how everything's going to work out, and hopefully Irene's in a good mood. So that's ultimately what it's going to come down to, Corey.
Right. Or anyway, also just to ask, do you have any skills with video editing?
I used to use Sony Vegas way back in the day. Okay. I haven't been sitting down and doing too much with any of that kind of stuff in a while.
Yeah. Well, it's because
the last version I still have Sony Vegas 13. That's the last one I bought. So I'm sure I'd have to upgrade to do anything crazy. Why? What were you looking for?
Well, with Jason now, we are almost 5 months into making these videos, and I estimate that we must have at least, let's see, say 4 times 4 is 16 times 5, 16 times 5. So about 90, maybe 30, 80. We've probably made about 80 videos by now. And I'm looking at this and saying, well, there's material in there, things that we've talked about that are still, I think, of interest to other people. And there must be a way to promote this. So, knowing how time-consuming video editing can be, we're trying to come up with simple solutions.
It's not. If you were to give me a catalog, and I say a catalog, meaning, okay, on this show and in this particular spot between here and here, I need that clip, and then on this show and here, I need that clip. Yeah, if you just tell me that, and I could just go through and capture We're at it, whatever you need. That's stupid, simple, easy to do.
Right. Yeah. No,
Is that what you're looking
well,
to do?
somebody has to sit down and actually do that. And I have a feeling it would be either me or Jason because.
Oh yeah. Well, you would just have to send me what stream it was and the time. That's all I need to know. And then I'll go and I'll just capture that. I could go in and take any video that I need. I could just go in, grab it. You tell me what part you want. Done. Got it. And then I make the note. And then you just plot out what you want it to look like. That's an easy thing to do, Court. That's
but it adds up. So I mean, the thinking at the moment is to make a I want to say a standardized,
okay,
standardized promotional video, but then we would tack on at the end maybe just a couple of clips from whatever video we're promoting, include the link, ask for a donation, and see if that goes anywhere. But because otherwise right now it's archived. The stuff is just sitting there. Nobody's watching it. Might be interesting. I don't know. But I mean, my thought on this would be somebody. So let's say that Jason and I ended up talking about 10 different topics. So somebody has to catch it and say, "Oh yeah, between minute 5 and minute 7, you guys talked about President Trump. Oh yeah, between minute 7 and minute 9, you talked about Iran a lot." And so now there's a sense of where you can find things.
That's what I'm saying. You would have to sit down and make that catalog, and then you just send it to me, and I could just look at it and go, okay, I'll grab that for them, grab that for them, grab that for them, grab that, and then put it all together in one stream.
All right. Well, this sounds like I should take one and experiment with it, because I mean, what I would do is, I mean, somehow I have to make a list, because it's like with some of these videos. I mean, what do you call that section? There's the video itself, then there's some materials, the name of the channel, maybe the date or when it was made, number of views. And then below that, there's a brief description. And if there's more information, you click on more. And then all of a sudden you get this, it drops down. And now you've got almost like
I see you, Irene.
Yeah. Something tells me you have to go to your low right now.
Yeah, I was on the phone. Where'd you go, Irene? Oh, you're on the other side of the other trailer. Well, yeah, I was on the phone. Why is that blinking? No, it's not Eli. No, I'm hanging up. I'm on the phone with my girlfriend.
Oh, that'll get things rolling.
Oh, Irene, relax. It's Court.
Not him again. Yeah, it's me again. You see, I am English, and he is trying to educate me. And I am a slow learner, so it's taking me a long time to educate me.
It's all right, Irene. All right, so just catalog, make kind of like a small catalog.
I'll take a run. Let's see.
Try it small, try it short, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, done deal.
All right, later, Court.
All right, and later to the dear audience. Yeah.